Welcome to the heart of South America, more precisely Bolivia, a country of breathtaking contrasts, vibrant cultures, and extraordinary landscapes. Bolivia is a landlocked nation with a unique identity, shaped by its ancient civilizations, colonial history, and diverse geography. We'll be focusing today on what it's like to live at some of the highest altitudes on Earth, the infamous Death Road, one of the most dangerous roads in the world, and the amazing salt flats, so stay until the end. Living in the high-altitude regions of Bolivia is not just a lifestyle, it's a testament to human adaptability. With much of the population residing on the Andean Plateau, or Altiplano, at elevations that can soar beyond 4,000 meters, 13,000 feet, above sea level, life here demands resilience, ingenuity, and a deep connection to the land. One of the most striking effects of high-altitude living is the way it shapes the human body. Over centuries, indigenous Bolivians have developed physiological adaptations that allow them to thrive in the thin air. Their bodies produce more red blood cells, enhancing oxygen transport, and their lungs are larger, enabling greater air intake. For visitors, however, the altitude presents a steep challenge. Upon arriving in cities like La Paz, Potosí, or El Alto, many experience altitude sickness, characterized by headaches, nausea, and shortness of breath. Locals often recommend coca leaves as a natural remedy. These leaves, used for millennia in Andean culture, are chewed or brewed into tea to alleviate the symptoms of altitude sickness. So how the altitude shapes daily life for locals? At these heights, every aspect of daily life is influenced by the environment. Agriculture, for instance, is limited to hardy crops that can withstand the cold, arid conditions. Potatoes, a staple food that originated in the Andes, come in hundreds of varieties here, alongside quinoa, another native superfood. The challenging terrain means farming is often done on terraces carved into the mountainsides, a practice that dates back to the Inca Empire. Even something as simple as boiling water becomes an experiment in physics at high altitudes. Because water boils at lower temperatures in thinner air, cooking times for staples like rice or beans are significantly extended. Many households rely on pressure cookers to speed up the process. The altitude also shapes transportation and infrastructure. The mountainous terrain often necessitates winding, precarious roads, and the lack of oxygen affects vehicle performance. Yet the people of the Altiplano have developed ingenious ways to navigate these challenges. For example, the cable car system in La Paz, known as Mi Teleférico, is the highest urban cable car network in the world and a marvel of engineering. It has revolutionized public transportation, offering breathtaking views while connecting neighborhoods separated by steep inclines. Definitely a great experience, if you're not afraid of heights, of course. Imagine yourself on a narrow, twisting path carved into the side of a mountain. On one side, a towering rock face looms over you. On the other, a heart-stopping drop of hundreds of meters plummets into a mist-shrouded abyss. This is Bolivia's infamous Yungas Road, better known as the Death Road, an adrenaline-fueled journey that promises both terror and awe in equal measure. Originally built in the 1930s by Paraguayan prisoners of war, the Death Road stretches about 64 kilometers, 40 miles, from La Paz, the world's highest capital, to the subtropical town of Coroico in the Yungas region. It earned its macabre nickname due to the thousands of lives it claimed over the years, with estimates suggesting that 200 to 300 people perished annually at its peak. Narrow, unpaved, and often slick with rain or mud, the road was a logistical nightmare and a death trap for the trucks and buses that once relied on it. What makes the Death Road so notorious is its lack of safety features. There are no guardrails to separate travelers from the dizzying precipices, some plunging over 600 meters, 2,000 feet. To make matters worse, fog and rain frequently reduce visibility to nearly zero, while cascading waterfalls spill across the path, turning it into a slippery gauntlet. Despite these harrowing conditions, or perhaps because of them, The Death Road has become a rite of passage for thrill seekers from around the globe. Every year, thousands of adventure enthusiasts flock to Bolivia to tackle this infamous stretch by mountain bike. For many, the journey begins in La Paz, where tour operators gear you up with a mountain bike, helmet, and a hefty dose of nerves. The descent starts at La Cumbre Pass, perched at a lung-punishing 4,700 meters, 15,420 feet, above sea level. From here, the road plummets nearly 3,600 meters, 11,800 feet in altitude as it snakes its way toward Coroico. The upper portion of the trail feels like something out of a high-octane action movie. Riders navigate hairpin turns, gravelly terrain, and stretches so narrow that two vehicles can barely pass each other. The ever-present cliffs provide a stark reminder that a single misstep could mean the difference between triumph and tragedy. As you descend, the air grows warmer and heavier, and the barren, rocky landscapes give way to lush, green vegetation, a visual metaphor for transitioning from danger to paradise. But don't be fooled into thinking it's all downhill in the literal sense. Riders must remain hyper-alert throughout the journey, maneuvering around fallen rocks, loose gravel, and streams that crisscross the road. It's an intense, pulse-pounding experience, one that will leave your heart racing and your adrenaline pumping long after you reach the finish line. Imagine standing on a vast expanse of white that stretches endlessly in every direction. The horizon blurs into the sky, and when a thin layer of water covers the ground, the earth transforms into a perfect mirror reflecting the heavens above. This is the Salar de Uyuni, or the Uyuni Salt Flats, a natural wonder and one of Bolivia's most iconic destinations. Located in the southwestern part of the country near the Andes, the Salar de Uyuni is the world's largest salt flat, spanning over 10,000 square kilometers, about 3,900 square miles. It's a place where reality bends, and the surreal becomes your everyday backdrop. Let's dive into what makes this otherworldly landscape so extraordinary. The Uyuni Salt Flats were formed over 10,000 years ago, following the evaporation of a prehistoric lake called Lago Minchin. As the water receded, it left behind a thick crust of salt and minerals, creating the flat, glistening surface we see today. The Uyuni Salt Flats are a bucket list destination for photographers and travelers seeking to capture its surreal beauty. During the wet season, a thin layer of rainwater sits atop the flats, creating a perfect reflection of the sky. The effect is so flawless that it feels as though you're walking in the clouds. Sunsets and sunrises here are particularly magical, with the colors of the sky blending seamlessly into the mirrored surface. Definitely, the Uyuni Salt Flats are more than just a destination. They're an experience that defies description. For travelers, Bolivia offers an unforgettable experience, one that challenges and inspires in equal measure. And for Bolivians, it's a land of immense pride, where the future holds as much promise as the past holds heritage. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time.